What's up everyone, Phantom Link here from TakuChat, and today we have Shadow of the Colossus. This is a game that has been re-released on the PlayStation 3 on Blu-ray and digital for PlayStation Plus subscribers. That was free for a while and it's all still in the PlayStation Store. I've been playing a lot of Titanfall lately, which of course that is a good first-person shooter, but it also reminds me a lot about the anime Attack on Titan, and since I never actually did beat this game as a kid, this is kind of like Attack on Titan before it got interesting. So, you play as, of course, this main character here, who has come to this land in order to revive this damsel in distress, who was sacrificed for some reason during the storyline before this all happened. But there is some mystic god up there in the clouds that wants me to slay all the Colossus, and then he will revive her. All of these stones you see here are all representations of the Colossi in the game that I need to kill. I think there's about 16 or so. But we're going to get this game started here. If I can remember the controls. So, the actual combat in this game is a little bit different than what most people are kind of used to. There is no massive amounts of enemies and boss fights. This entire game is a boss fight. The only enemies you'll find are the Colossus, and they get to be pretty big. So basically what you can do to try and help you find your way, because it's not, while it is open world, you can only really go to one Colossus at a time that they want you to kill. If you actually hold the circle button, when you're in a spot with sunlight, your sword will tell you where to go. It'll give you a general estimate. You just gotta kind of find your way through there. This kind of is a little bit of a puzzle game, but it's fairly easy to get your way through. This game first came out a long time ago on the PlayStation 2. This is a spiritual success sequel, to Ico. This is from the Team Ico company. They made Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and now they're currently producing The Last Guardian, which has been one of PlayStation's most Duke Nukem titles. Is it in development? Is it not in development? It currently still is, that they're saying, and hopefully we'll get that game released on our systems very soon. Alright, so this is the first little part of the puzzle of the game, which I obviously just messed up on, so we're going to ignore that. Trying to remember the actual way. Oh, that's right. I gotta climb up these vines. So you have your sword, and you have a bow, and that's about it. There's not much for actual weapons in this game. I don't know why his bow's pink, but we're not going to hold it against him for now. On the bottom right, you will see my health, my weapon, and that little circular gauge is my grip. To actually get onto the the Colossus, you actually have to hold on to certain spots of the body and climb up them and attack the weak spots from there. When your grip runs out, you will fall to your death. Well, maybe not your death, but you will fall off the Colossus and you have to start over again. And that's not something you want to do. There are little lizards in this game. You can actually kill and collect them, and after doing so many, you will improve your grip bit by bit. You'll actually get up higher and higher so you can hold on longer. But I can't exactly remember where a lot of them are. These first couple of Titans, as the series progresses, will be fairly quick because they are easy to do and they're fresh in my memory. But the later Colossus are going to... Okay. The later ones will get harder. See, now here is our first Colossus. This is the basic kind of tutorial one, and it'll show you also how big these little guys are. Not little, just these guys are huge. I'm basically about the size of his finger, and you need to take them down. This is why it reminds me so much of Attack on Titan. So we're going to get his attention, just going to stab him with the arrow. There we go. Now he knows we're here. Alright. So if you use your... Oh, there we go. If you use your actual sword, and you pinpoint it on the Colossus, you can see where his weak spots are. He's got one on his head. and of course one on the back of his leg. So we're gonna take this bastard down now. They do have certain attack patterns depending on how close you are or how you want to go around it. However, since this is the first one, he's a fairly simple fight. You want to stay away from Stomp, and you want to grab onto his calf. See that dark shadow spot right there? That's actually where his weak spot's going to be. So we want to climb up here and we want to stab it. Notice his health only went down a little bit, but it did knock him down as well. So what you want to do is... Okay, we haven't fully got rid of it yet. We want to do a charge, does the most damage. It'll bring him down to his knee again. Okay, we haven't done enough damage to it yet. And this is one of the parts where you need to have your grip, because they will shake. Alright, now we're climbing up them. If you actually take a look at the Colossus, when you're fighting them, you will see certain spots of the body that obviously are for kind of recovery like this. We can recover our grip, but it just seems the way that the Colossus are designed in this world that, it just seems that the way some of them are designed, there's just obvious spots that you can just go up and go from there. Alright, now we're on this guy's back. He's going to start shaking around. Want to climb up. Admire the view while you're up here. And alright, the big gigantic glowing spot on his head, that's the major weak spot. If we can destroy that, he will go tumbling down. So the one charge attack. And he's going to shake and try and get me off. And I actually am losing my grip, so I got to do this fast. Or try and reset it. Which I'm going to have to do because I'm about to lose my grip. Alright, we're going to sit here for a second and try not to fall off. Alright. And stab this bitch in the head again. Alright, one more and he's dead. See if we can get it in time. There we go. Alright, obviously these guys will get tougher and tougher. Some are huge, some are a little bit smaller. They'll have various weak spots you have to take out, which will actually change some of the fights as you go along. But right now, this guy's tutorial, he only has one on top of his head. And that's basically it. He is now defeated. And then the dark tendrils come out, and you run, and you run, and you run, and you run, and you try and get away, and you're dead. Doesn't really matter what you do. These things will always get you. There's just nothing you can do about it. I try and make a little game out of it and see how long I can actually last before they catch up to me. Yes, we want to save. We're going to ignore that first file because I had problems with that recording. So we're actually going to overwrite that. Eventually. This console's not the fastest to save. Alright, so when you defeat a Colossus, you'll find yourself back into the temple. You're always unconscious. And there's always a creepy, shadowy figure hovering over your body. I don't know why. But when you defeat the second one, there's two. When you defeat the third, there's three. And your young damsel is still dead. Alright, so you eventually you get up and then you'll kind of walk around. And one of the Colossus on the wall that represents the monsters out in the world, it will actually shatter, as we'll see here in a second. Once he realizes she's still dead. Because, you know, the gods in this game are just not playing very nice here. And there it goes. Alright, so there goes the first Colossus of this game. And now the great voice from beyond is going to tell us where the next one is. And that there is the representation of the Colossus we need to fight. And actually, if you do listen to the voice of the god talking to us, it is a mixture of male and female voices. It actually gets pretty interesting later in the game what happens with it, so you'll have to keep watching these and find out. However, we're going to take a look here. Wherever my horse is. If I can remember which button it is to call it. Oh, whatever. There's aggro. Alright, so... No, get on the horse. Alright, so we've already taken down one. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 times 2. Yeah, there's 16 things. So we got one down and 15 to go. And thus starts our adventure with Shadow of the Colossus. And we're going to go kill the second one now, and that will be it for this first part of the video. Now, unfortunately, the controls of the horse are not the best, and there are certain fights where you must fight the Colossus with the horse's assistance. And they're not that fun. But, do what you got. Alright, these spots you see in the game, they're just the save points. You can pray at them if you want, instead of saving every time you defeat a Colossus. So we're going to switch to a sword, we're going to whip it out, and the Colossus is in this direction. So for being an actual pretty large game with no enemies in it, it's actually not that bad looking. You got some nice backgrounds. They actually did a really good job remastering this for the PlayStation 3 to get it at a constant 30 frames. There was a large issue with the PlayStation 2 version that during combat or during certain spots of the game, because so much was going on, it would actually drop its frames down to the mid-20s or lower, and it did cause problems. But they've said that this game is guaranteed locked in at 30 frames. They didn't do 60 frames, they just decided to lock the game no matter what happens at 30. So actually the beach cave is right down to my right here, so we need to go down the path it's going to show us, if I can control this damn horse enough. Alright, come on. This horse is basically... There's elements of this game that remind me a lot of Legend of Zelda. Kind of like, this is Hyrule Field and you're Link and this is Epona. However, this horse is just... This horse sucks compared to Epona. There's no competition. Like, trying to actually get it to work is just stupid. If you go too far to the right, the horse just basically rams to the right. I'm trying to go in a straight line and correct myself, but by the time it's done correcting, it's already going the next direction. Alright, come on. Go around the cave. Alright, we're on the beach, going into the cave. And about to find our next Colossus to kill here. Alright, he's about to come out the door. And you can actually see how big this one is. It's not the biggest one I've seen in the game. Like I said earlier, I haven't actually beat this game, but the time will come and I will finish it with this series. So this one is pretty big. And like I said on the way here, elements that remind me a lot of Zelda. This reminds me of the bull boss from Majora's Mask from the Goron Temple. So we're gonna get him out of the cave so we can actually kill him. His weak spots are... Oh, that's the bow. So he's got his feet and his head. So what we want to do is actually get off the horse. If you actually look on the bottom of the feet, you'll see the white marks. Those are actually what you want to hit. and then we'll be able to take him down from there. So we just need to get him to do a stomp or stop turning around. Oh, I missed. Alright. Nope. There is certain timing events in this game that you need to be so close to do. Let's see if I can get this one in. He does his next foot. There we go. Alright, that will actually knock him down. And we will start the climb. Every Colossus has like hair or fur. It was usually where you want to grip it, and you can actually see on the models where those spots in the body are. Alright, climbing up his body. I believe there's a spot on his back. Yeah, alright, here it is. We don't want to fall off though. Alright, power charge. If we can get the grip going. Alright, there's one. Most spots have about 2 hits on them or so, depending on how many marks are on the actual body. But we'll try a third. There we go. Okay, that one's done. And now, like, basically every other Colossus, his last weakness spot will be on top of his head, if we can make it without falling off. We're gonna climb his spine. The actual jumping in this game is not that bad. You can actually get some pretty good distance. And unless you want to fall over. Oh shit. Nope. Okay, that was a mistake. Instead of grabbing it, I decided to jump. And I almost killed myself for it. Alright. Let's finish him. There's one. If I can stop rolling over. And this shit. Aw, come on. One thing that's bad about this is how much they do shake when you're about to kill them or on a vital spot near their head especially. And that wasn't a strong enough charge yet. Still got one more hit left in him. If I can get it through. Come on, quit moving. Quit moving. There we go. And down goes the bull. And he's gonna fall. Boom. And like last time, we're gonna play the let's get the hell out of here game. How far can we get? How far can we get? Run, roll, roll. No. Oh crap. And got me. And down we go. And now it's time for the magical teleport. Yes, we want to save again. And again, these saves take forever. Well, we're doing better than last time. We defeated those 2 shorter time than took my first attempt on the first video. I had to delete here. So, like I said, defeat the second Colossus, and your body's unconscious with 2 shadows looking over you. And then down goes this statue. And that's 2 down and 14 to go. I'm not sure yet how many of these I want to put into each little mini video for this series. There is 16 Colossus, and these first 2 were fairly fast, and this video actually won't need much editing since it's a direct playthrough. But as I get further in the game to the different Colossus, they will get harder to get to, and I will get lost a lot and have to remember and forget, so those will need to be cut up and edited properly. So we're probably looking at maybe about 4 or 5 episodes maybe for this little series. But for right now, this will be the end of the first episode of our TakuPlay Shadow of the Colossus. So be sure to subscribe and follow us, and we will bring you back the next episode very soon.